Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not. Neither any of these blokes. This is Shellsp0nge. Me good mate, community contributor, nice bloke, Twitch streamer and YouTuber. He's everything. He's everything. It's a dream bait. He makes me wish I had a daughter, really. Really nice bloke. He's on he's in the M10 RBFM, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. The RBFM, what's it stand for? The Sirocco tank. This is a premium tier 5 French tank destroyer. I'm going to go with French tank destroyer. It's early. It's early. Don't judge me. It's early. It is. It's a French tank destroyer. It was given out as part of a marathon mission ages ago. And since it came out, the Tier 5 matchmaker has been full of these bad boys. Plays a little bit. It plays a little bit like a T67 or what's the other one? The Wolverine from the American tank destroyer line. This is the French version. This is the French M10 RBFM. The French Wolverine, some people call it. It looks a little bit American, but yeah, it's French. Premium tank, so you can utilise your crews from your other French tank destroyers. And Shellsp0nge, as you can see, he's got 2 marks of excellence on this bad boy. He's got the APCR rounds loaded, which tells me he's probably going to try for a 3rd mark of excellence in this game. APCR's premium ammunition on this bad boy, 76mm gun, 115 alpha damage, 170 penetration. That's with premium, which just failed to penetrate the looks, but that's all right, because the second shot goes through and he picks up his first kill, 170 pen. That's with premium ammunition. Standard is 130. And you can see he's got a strong coffee running there as a premium consumable. That's going to help his reload time, his aim time, his vision, camouflage, all that kind of jazz. And he's got binoculars there as well. 2 marks of excellence on this tank. Now, I'm tipping this is going by the amount of, when I was trying to 3-mark Tier 5 tanks, going by the amount of these bad boys that you see in Tier 5, they're probably a pretty good tank. I played it as I think I've got one. Pretty sure I've got one in the garage. I haven't played it for a long time. I'll check after we do the video. I'll see if I've still got one. Anyway, it's we had it as a rental as community contributors, and it's not too bad. Not really my play style, but it looks pretty good. It's got these bad boys at the front. So there's little digger things down there at the bottom. It's got Sirocco written on the side. It's spelled a little bit differently to the Volkswagen Sirocco. A friend of mine drives one of those bad boys, and probably going through a midlife crisis. It's that kind of car. But anyway, back to the game. 3-5's the score. Shellsp0nge from 7 ACAV clan. 4-5's the score now as the AMX-40 gets taken out on the other side of the map. 4-5's the score. In the top tier tank destroyer in this game, the M10 RBFM, the French Wolverine. Some people said Hellcat. I said Hellcat one day, and somebody said, no, it's nothing like a Hellcat, Stewie. It's more like a Wolverine, and I agree. It's got that odd-shaped turret. Open top. So you can't run vents, and look at those marks of excellence. They look absolutely fantastic. Shellsp0nge getting ready to carry this game. They're down by a tank. 2 kills, 725 damage done. Now, normally, when I was doing the Tier 5s, it was normally 1,000 was the magic number. You really wanted to get 1,000 every game if you wanted to progress your marks of excellence, at least with the mediums and heavies that I was doing. With tank destroyers, I'm guessing it's pretty similar. Finds the P40, the P2640, that's Tier 4 Italian medium tank. That's got a derpy gun, but looks like he's firing heats and not the derp rounds, which might be. I know there might be an occasion where you might want to do that. Spots the P2640 again. Now he's in a platoon. There's 2 of them down there, and it looks like they're trying to farm those heavy tanks, having a fight over there in the northwest part of this map, looking for a red outline to try to get the kill shot on that Tier 4 Italian medium tank. 6-5 the score now, so Shellsp0nge doesn't really need to risk his hit points to try to win this game. 7-5, winning by 2 tanks. He's got 2 kills, 725 damage done, a little bit of assisted damage, coming around to where you would traditionally take a heavy or maybe even a medium tank up here on this ridge line, because he's going up. This is where the hit points are. Look at these heavy tanks. That's where the hit points are. The DW2 on 440, the other DW2 on 321, and a KV1 on 339. That's what he wants. He wants a little bit of that action. Now, some of these players here, the B1, the B1 is a real player. Normally at Tier 5, or often at Tier 5, you see a lot of B1s and DW2s as bots, as well as the Japanese heavy tanks. Look at there, puts 2 shots into the DW2, bringing it up closer over that magical 1,000 hit points of damage. Magical number. All from my point of view, that's That's where you want to be. 1,000 hit points of damage, or 1,000 combined if you're trying to 3-mark a tier 5. And from what I've seen anyway, 1165 damage done, so he's got there. Now he wants to make sure, confirm the win for this game. 8-6 to score, 3 kills to Shellsp0nge from 7 ACAV. 7 ACAV, I can never say that clean. Right out loud. It's almost as if they did it on purpose to try to trip me up. Now he's in 7 ACAV with me old mate Ziggy and Devils, Tony, all the legends over there at 7 ACAV, and all the people at 7 ACAV, they're often in not only my stream but Shellsp0nge's stream, Devil's stream, Ziggy's, and other Australian and probably New Zealand content creators out there as well. 9-6 to score now, 4 kills to Shellsp0nge from 7 ACAV. I'm recording this one a little bit earlier than normal because we've got a big day coming up at Get On Board Studios today. 4 kills, 1,504 damage done. He's thinking, no worries. Doing pretty well here. Gets spotted by the little tier 4. Cops 107 hit points of damage. He's still got 158 though. Gets a platoon invitation from the looks. Let's see if he takes him up. 5 kills. He's on the verge of a top gun. 10-8 to score now as 2 friendly tanks get taken down by the enemy. And that's going to make this game a little bit more interesting. Shellsp0nge won't care though. He's got the carry pants on. 1542 damage done. 5 kills. He wants a top gun. The Chi Nu gets taken out. And once again, you can see bots on this team. Those bots are the tanks with the little squares next to their name and the colon either end of their in-game name. And that indicates a tank that's just making up the numbers on the Aussie server. You also see him on the Latin American server. That Shellsp0nge doesn't care. He's not going to discriminate. Gets a little bit more assisted damage on that DWT, and every bit of assisted damage is going to help him for this mark of excellence. He's on 2 marks of excellence. 5 kills, 1,654 hit points of damage. He zooms out to try to see which way these guys are aiming. Now I can see why he's being a bit cautious here. There's a clanmate on the enemy team. I didn't even see that biofuel in the M10 RBFM. Now, I'm not sure what it's like at 7 ACAV, but over at 1AR, when you see a clanmate on the enemy team, not everyone, not necessarily me, but when you see a clanmate on the enemy team, some people get a little bit emotional. Some people think, I've got to get that guy. You got to get, if you know him, you got to get him. And it looks like the M10 RBFM on the enemy team is getting smashed by those medium tanks. So, it looks like he initially went to try to shoot the M10, but instead takes a little bit of damage from the Ram at tier 5. That's a tier 5 Canadian tank in the part of the American tech tree. The Canadian premium tank, I think it's Canadian premium, and premium medium tank, which is a tank I haven't really explored. 12-11 now as 2 friendlies get taken out by Shellsp0nge's clanmate. So he'll be thinking, yes, that's good, but he'll also be thinking, hang on, we want to make sure we win this game. Now, Shellsp0nge, there's only 2 real players on Shellsp0nge's team, plus 2 bots. The enemy team have got 3 real players. Now, normally that's a pretty good indication of how it's going to go, because you generally don't rely on these bots too much other than to give the enemy team something to shoot at. And the Type 95 is probably, that's one tank that you really like to see if you're doing tier 5, because they're easy to pen and they don't do much damage. 5 kills to Shellsp0nge from 7 ACAV. Now it's an even ball game, 12 apiece. One of the other bots gets taken out. The Hetzer's kicking back over. The Hetzer gets done as well, and now all of a sudden Shellsp0nge is thinking, well, it's going to have to be me here. I'm going to have to do something to carry this. He's got 77 hit points left on this tank, which is 76 hit points more than he needs. He's on 5 kills, 1654 damage done. 60 assisted damage. It might only be 60, but it all adds up, right? 12-13, they're down by 2, and he's decided he's going to move into a position where that if these tanks rush him where he was sitting, if they rush him, he's dead. He's absolutely dead. If they rush him, he's dead. There goes the RBFM. The clanmate gets taken out. Finds the Type T34. That's Scrapyard Dog. I know that guy. How do I know that guy? He's on, I think he's in my Discord channel. Shellsp0nge shoots him a few times, picks up the top gun, and that brings the score back to 14-13. 2 versus 1 now. The other tank's at bot, though, remember. Shellsp0nge is on 6 kills. That's a top gun. 77 hit points of damage. Somehow that Type T34 didn't shoot him. I think the Type T34 might have had his blinkers on. He might have been looking at the Type 95 thinking, yep, that's the one that I want to get. Maybe that's what he was thinking. I don't pretend to know what he was thinking. That just leaves the Ram 2 on the enemy team. Shellsp0nge deciding, let's try something a little bit different. Is he going to go all the way around here? I'd consider going all the way around there, hoping that Ram 2 is still staying where he was last spotted, which means he would most likely not see Shellsp0nge coming around here for this dank flanking manoeuvre. If he's pulled back though, he might be around this corner. Hopefully not. If he was, Shellsp0nge would be absolutely dead. Coming around here, this is exactly what Stewie would have done. Surely, maybe. I don't know. A lot of people would say I would have already been dead by now. He's coming around peeking, looking for the Ram 2. Looks like he might not be there. The Type 95 is content to stay there. There's the Ram, and he's caught the Ram totally unawares on heaps of health. Shoots him once, misses the second shot. The Ram is actually stopping and aiming, which is what he needs to do. Shellsp0nge shoots the Ram again, takes him down to 371. 371, though, is a lot more than 1 hit point. That's what he's on. He's on 1 hit point. Shoots again and misses again. He's on 1 hit point. Shellsp0nge from 7AK. This is a dream finish. A dream finish. Shoots him, doesn't penetrate him. He's out of premium rounds, remember. He's got 3 high explosive rounds and 10 standard ammunition. What do the high explosive rounds look like on this thing? 38 pen, 185 damage. You're never going to get 185 damage into the side of a Ram. Better off using these. Rightio, let's have a look. 14-13 is the score as Shellsp0nge backs right off. He's getting the hell out of there. He's thinking, rightio, I've got to make sure this Ram can't see me. What's he think? What's Shellsp0nge thinking at this point? He's on 1 hit point. Even a bump and he's dead. Even a bump, as he'll be thinking, thank Christ they removed team damage so that the friendly Type 95 can't bump him. The friendly Type 95 goes down, retakes that position where Shellsp0nge was just retreated from, which is good for Shellsp0nge because he'll see that and he'll think, well, hopefully the Type 95 sees the Ram, and if the Type 95 dies, then I know that the Ram is still down this western flank. 14-13 the score now, 6 kills for Shellsp0nge, 23-43 damage. He's on 1 hit point. He's on 1 hit point. That Ram, he's got it. That Ram was firing APCR. That was its premium ammunition. It will be very hard for the Ram to not penetrate Shellsp0nge if he shoots him. If that Ram's any good, he might even load an HE round, and he might even load an HE round, and because who cares? He's only on 1 health, right? The Ram's on 371, 370 hit points more than he needs. So 370 to get to chew through that. That's going to be 4 shots, and at that distance, he's certainly going to be spotted. The Type 95 was, I think the Type 95 was spotting that Ram. There he is. He slows down. You're going to get a few shots in before he turns around. I don't think he'll get 4. Shoots him once, twice, 3 times. He's not turning his gun to him. Shellsp0nge says, thank you. Easy. Picks that up. Brings the damage up to 2,714. Carries the game like an absolute legend on 7 kills. And what else? What else did he get? Of course, you guessed it. He got the 3rd mark of excellence. Have a look at that. 3 marks of excellence on the French Tier 5 premium tank destroyer. The one that looks American. The M10 RBFM. The Wolverine. The Wolverine. Did I say Wolverine before or Jackson? Who knows? Anyway, it looks like one of those American things without the roof. 3 marks of excellence, Shellsp0nge. High five. I know the feeling. It's a fantastic feeling when you get one of these. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Bruiser, Duelist, 5 for effect. You got a couple of bonds for the high caliber and the top gun, but who cares? He carried that game like an absolute legend. Shout out to his clanmate who didn't do a bad job at all. Biofuel, also from 7AK on the enemy team in exactly the same tank, did over 2,000 hit points of damage as well. Remember I was talking about when I was trying to 3 mark some Tier 5s, 1,000 is what was the magic number. 1,000 is what you were aiming for. And if you got 1,000, anything over 1,000 was a bonus. And so this one, 2,714, that will really push that mark of excellence number right up there. To go up to that means he's in the top 95. He's on the top 5% of the server. That's absolutely brilliant. 2,714 damage done, 7 kills. He fired 45 shots, 32 hit, 26 penetrated. A little bit sniped. I would have thought it would have been more than 495 hit points from more than 300 meters. That's only 4 shots. Whisker of assisted damage. Cost him a few credits. He did fire all these premium ammunition at the start, and that's what cost him 20,000. But 20,000 credits is nothing when it means getting a 3rd mark of excellence on a tank, which I would imagine is probably not that easy to 3 mark, similar to like a T67, or you see a lot of them at Tier 5. But well done, Shellsp0nge. Don't forget to check out Shellsp0nge. He's on Twitch and YouTube. His links will be down below with all the other stuff that I put down there. And the lads and ladettes from 7AK, a great bunch. They always make it. They've got a great presence in not only my live streaming, but also a lot of other Australian content creators that are out there. Once again, thanks for the replay, Shellsp0nge. High five on the 3 marks of excellence. Let us know which one you're going for next, and I'll be pretty excited, just like everybody else. Thanks again for the replay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.